Hello, everybody. Welcome to another TIMBP Live. So happy to have everybody here. If you're watching on the replay, thank you so much. If you are here with us in the chat, thank you guys for being here. I want to say a big thank you as well to our only moderator at the moment, I believe, our only blue wrench, Mr. Donnie. Thank you, Donnie. Appreciate you for being here, as always. If I could just friggin' speak, that would really help me out, especially doing a thing where I need to be able to talk to create content. So special times. Also, hello, YouTube intern. Thank you so much for making sure that everything goes smoothly in tonight's stream. I know you're out there somewhere in YouTube intern land. So even if you have to watch back later, YouTube intern, maybe leave us a like. It'd be nice. I really appreciate it. So as you can kind of see here on YouTube, we have not yet gotten, despite all of our efforts, to bring the channel to 1,000 subs. We're not yet at the point where we can do super chats. So instead, we are going to be maintaining our typical way of doing snuffy chats, which is through the links that are in the descriptions through, in the description through either StreamYard, Stream Elements, that link, PayPal, Venmo, the last one I can't remember, Square/Cash. So Donnie will drop those in the chat for sure. Appreciate you guys again for being here. Donnie says he likes the overlays this week. Hello, Scott Pigsley, you magnificent human being as well. Also, Tony, I'm sorry I wasn't able to answer your question as to what that song was, but I'll have to kind of go back in my memory banks and see if I can recall what it was. Anyway, super excited for tonight's stream. Super excited to bring on a couple of friends of the show whom I actually got to meet in person a couple weeks ago. Donnie, it's okay, man. You got it up. That's all that matters. Evening to you, John Wadsworth, Jean de la Cuisine. Hello, Perry and all. Hello to you, Jean de la Cuisine. I have never said cuisine that way before, and I probably will continue to say it only that way in the future. Also, hello, Wesley Zeller. Once again, thank you so much to everybody for being here this evening. All right, let's go ahead and bring our guests on. Two wonderful human beings from the Food, Wine, and Whiskey in Your Own Backyard podcast. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Rob and Dave.
Hey, Barry. How are you, sir?
Doing great. How are you all?
Hey, we're doing well. Thanks for having us on tonight.
Yeah,
man.
Thanks.
Rob and Dave definitely sounds like it's like Rob and Dave in the morning.
So that's our primary job.
Oh, really?
No.
Oh, okay. Well, fair
only
enough.
In our dreams.
We can only take so much of each other. You know what I mean?
Well, okay.
No. I'm kidding.
Hello, X-Force Hunt on the Twitch stream. If you have not yet subscribed over on Twitch, you can go and do that. We'll be setting up some more things and whatnot. No changes were made. I don't want to make changes to that. So, anyway, we're also streaming on Facebook, so please go check that out. Shane, good to see you. Shane, I'm going to say your name again, Shane, for some reason. And Donnie says, mash that like button if you have not already. Subscribe and click the bell notification and choose all, please. And thank you. It would be fantastic. All right. So, Rob, you sent me a little while back, not too long ago, a blind flight.
Yeah. So you've got 5 pours in front of you that are different picks from the Houston area. And I say Houston area because there's one in there that's a little further away than what would be considered the Houston area, but it's still a store that most of us frequent and has some fantastic picks. So it's in there as well because it's one that I hope that you like. So you've got 5 different things that I think are all quality picks things that I think you should be impressed with. And I'm kind of leading you a little bit, and I probably shouldn't do that. But we'll see what you think of these. And then I think what would be fun is to have you kind of go through them blind, tell us what you think, maybe rank them and pick out maybe your favorite two. And then we'll have a little duel and see which one you think is king. And then we'll reveal them.
All right. Well, I've already gone and poured my first sample, which is labeled as number 3.
Number 3.
Because I have an amazing set of numbered samples here.
We have a very unique system, Perry. So, 3, 4, 6, 12, and 13 are, it means something to us.
Well, I wasn't sure if that was 6 or 9, so I'm glad that it was confirmed to be a 6.
There you go.
Some folks are asking in the chat, what is the Twitch name? It is My Bourbon Gamer. I think it should just be twitch.tv/MyBourbonGamer. So it brings us up to 3 followers so far on Twitch. But maybe we'll do some video game stuff here soon as well. So I have poured number 3, or sample 1, or whatever you want to call it. I'm excited to do this as like a little bit more informally too, because I've been doing I was doing Matt Madness, of course, and that was challenging to say.
That's
the
a little
least.
Pressure. That was a little pressure.
Little bit of pressure. Yeah. When did we do your episode? Oh, by the way, I was on the Food, Wine, and Whiskey podcast. I didn't even say that up top.
That's all right.
But I was on like 2 months ago?
Yeah, something like that. It was when you were going into the quarterfinals of Matt Madness. Just before.
Gotcha. Jean de la Cuisine. Thank you so much for subscribing on Twitch, or following on Twitch. Also, Crippled Ass Hat. Thank you for following on Twitch. Appreciate that. That was awesome. But yeah, so we chatted right before that, and I made it through. I didn't make it through the semifinals, of course, but it's okay. It's all good. Right.
But you and I hate to say lost, but you didn't win against one of the guys who made it to the finals and performed very well, and some might say won it.
Yeah, so I lost to Kyle from Bourbon Blind, and he took second place. Grease performed admirably as well, though.
And they both did. I was so impressed with that final round.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh, look, Donnie followed on Twitch as well. Thank you guys for doing that. Appreciate y'all.
Now, is this your first pour of the night, or did you have a little warm up?
I warmed up with a little bit of E.H. Taylor small batch.
Okay, solid.
Because I felt the need to at least wet the palate.
Oh yeah, activate those taste buds a little bit.
For sure. This smells very familiar.
Does it?
It does. But I also kind of feel like you might have thrown me a little curveball here. Maybe this is a Texas whiskey.
Oh, okay. You're going to go there.
I'll go in for the first sip, though. Okay. Backtracking. I don't think this is a Texas whiskey anymore. It's lower proof. I'm kind of getting... I almost spilled about an ounce, half ounce of that. That was good. That was terrific. I also stabbed my thumb with a shard of glass before.
Oh, wow.
String. So I'm operating on all cylinders.
Did you bleed a lot?
No.
Okay.
Which was...
No stitches required, huh?
No stitches this time.
And if they were necessary, you wouldn't have done them till after the show. Anyway, that's the way you roll.
Hey, man, I've lost plenty of blood before, and the show still went on. So
you get a little lightheaded. Yeah. That's all.
That's fine. It's fine.
Tape's really close to stitches anyway.
If I pour the bourbon into the open wound, I usually feel a little bit better.
There you go.
But I don't think that this is much more than 100 proof. Part of me kind of feels like it might be. Gosh. See, I was initially thinking like an Elijah Craig pick.
You're talking about the
94s?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, not the new barrel proof picks that they're doing.
We just picked one of those, and it'll be coming in at 129.8.
Oh, I'm so excited. I when you guys were in, I was like, please keep me abreast of whenever, things happen.
Yep, when they hit the store.
And whether it's samples or whatnot.
Yeah, we'll take care of you.
Yep. I appreciate you.
You'll be in the loop.
Absolutely.
First snuffy chat of the evening comes from our one and only Linux cat, Donnie Webb. Thank you so much, Donnie. Oh, that actually worked that time.
By the way, Perry, I did want to let you know Carter wanted to be here very badly, but he's in the process of actually he's building a new house that won't be ready for about another 7 or 8 months.
Oh gosh.
But because the home market is, so aggressive right now, everybody's paying, crazy money for homes.
Yeah.
He decided to take advantage of that, sold his home with a price that he thought he wouldn't get. And somebody came in at full and said, we'll take it. And so now he has to move out this weekend.
Oh my gosh.
And it's also his anniversary. So
yeah. His wife's real happy. Yeah.
Donnie, I have not quite figured out how to make Snuffy Chats appear when we're using StreamYard. You can kind of see it in my little browser window. I don't know if that's working. Yeah, see, but it's so small. Well, I guess you can kind of see it. Hashtag Snuffy Chat from the Linux Cat. Thank you, Donnie. I'll leave that on my screen just in case, or my window, just in case anybody thinks that they can check that out or would like to check that out. Moving is super stressful. John. I don't know. I hate moving so much. Yeah. I hate it. It's the worst. We decided that the next time that we move, we're just hiring movers. Like I don't have it in me to lug all those boxes around again. And it was such a nightmare trying to get everything moved into this house when we moved in. But I just screw it. Let somebody else do the hard work.
Absolutely. And you have a little one now, and that makes it even more stressful.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah. I'm all about trying to make that as easy as possible.
Absolutely.
Definitely.
For myself.
You'd rather do this. Just
write that check.
John says John is the correct pronunciation. I can't even speak tonight. So if you think that I'm going to be able to get Dijon, like Dijon mustard, Dijon de la cuisine, it like Jean, but French. Yeah, I know. Wow. That is a wild backstory there. Dijon. Hi, Swan. Swan's in the chat. And he's also peeking over my my screen here as well. But good to see you, Swanee. Did not mean to. I mean, I know there's no D there, but it's funny to pronounce it John. Funny to me, maybe. I don't know if it's funny to anybody else. That was good. I like that. I do think it tastes a little bit younger. I don't know if it's an Elijah Craig pick anymore.
Okay.
But that's not bad.
I know it's hard to compare it until you kind of dive into the next one, so you kind of have something to.
Yeah, you got to have a base.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Scott brings up a good point. If you're over 30, your friends have bad backs and don't want to move you for free beer and pizza. I'm almost 30, and most of my friends don't want to move for free beer and pizza. So
I was going to say, if you're over 30, you should have hopefully a good job, a decent job, and just stroke that check anyway.
That's right.
Even if your back's healthy.
That's right. It's only money. You make more tomorrow.
You drink beer and eat pizza while the other guys move the stuff.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
And just point.
Yeah, it's
Exactly.
just if it says bedroom, put it in the hallway and we'll get to it later.
Yeah,
That's right.
Exactly.
If it says kitchen, put it in the bathroom, we'll get to it later. If it says bathroom, put it in the garage. Sorry. I'm juggling too many things anymore. Streaming on 3 different platforms, trying to watch my feed, getting text messages. Jeez Louise.
I'm impressed.
So you on to number 4?
I am on to number 4, which is also number 2, or sample B, or D for Jean de la Cuisine.
So as you can probably tell, I recycle sample glasses when we do other blinds and people send me something.
That's no big deal at all. I
probably should have
for ages.
I probably should have washed them out. I don't know if that's gonna make a difference. But.
Well, somehow you're able to pick a dusty turkey, but it's being overshadowed by like I don't know, like a port wine finish.
Yeah.
Hello, Patrick, Mr. Bourbon Noob. Good to see you, buddy.
So Dave and I are warming up with a bourbon that we can't get here in Texas, but we were able to get our hands on it, and we absolutely love it and are very disappointed we can't get it in Texas.
Is it New Riff?
No, boy, we do
Cooper's Craft.
Cooper's Craft.
100.
Oh yeah, you posted that you were drinking on that.
Yeah, that was a little warm up for tonight.
It's strange that you can't get it down in Texas. I feel like that would be one that, would be more widely available. So it's the 100 proof, right?
100.
Yep.
Yeah.
Awesome. Have y'all had the 80, what is it? 86 proof? 80, or it's something weird like 86.8.
I have not.
I have not either. And I don't know that if I saw that one, I would buy it. I like this 100 so much. I think that's, if they're both on the shelf, I'd probably go.
Yeah. We were told to get the one with the cork, the 100.
Well, they're not wrong.
Yeah.
So. Robot Scott. Hello, Robot Scott. Good to see you. Woo.
Little different, huh?
Sample 4 is hot. It's got a lot of tobacco on it as well, especially the nose. Oh, that is different. Maybe this one's the Texas whiskey.
Maybe. So I'd be curious as I hear you kind of describe it. Is it pleasing to you on the nose? Do you like it or not really? A little off-putting?
It is a little off-putting at first.
Okay.
Because I think that it's got this thing that's like proof overshadowing age. Like the proof is doing a lot of the heavy lifting here, where it might be a little bit younger than it's leading on.
Okay.
But it's definitely higher proof than sample 3 was.
or sample 1.
If anybody's following along at home, I'm just as lost and confused.
And if they're drinking tonight, this is really going to be fun.
It's not going to get any better. It's not going to get any better. And you guys have a long night ahead of you as well, because you're in Texas. You're a full hour behind us. So
so we get to stay up a little.
We get to start earlier and stay later.
I mean, I'm probably still going to stay up until 1 a.m. anyway.
There you go.
But my 1 a.m. is your midnight.
That's right.
And I'm going to give you a little bit. Well, no, I'm not.
No hints.
I'm gonna stop and not let you just make your own conclusions.
No hints. No whammies. Numbers are hard indeed, John. Sorry, I said it wrong. Dijon. That one's really strange to me. I would bet that one's probably if all of them. Wait a minute. How am I trying to say this? If only one of them is a Texas whiskey, I would say that one's probably Texas. And I would.
But you got 3 more to go.
I know that's true, But all right, I'm gonna shut up now and just.
And there may be no Texas whiskeys in there.
Or there might be 3.
That's right. I think we had a little bit of this discussion when we met in person about favorite Texas whiskeys. And
yeah, you guys, you're not the biggest on Texas whiskeys, I feel like. Am I
I wouldn't even say we're medium on Texas whiskeys.
Yeah, and if we're going to say whiskey, I would say that Texas does a great job at single malts. I think that's where they shine.
Sure. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, the bourbons are not my favorite.
No.
I mentioned it to you, and just to give you an update, Perry, I talked to the distillery over at Still Austin, and everywhere I went, they're sold out on that cast strength that they released.
Yeah.
Batch 2 will be released next week.
Yep.
And so I've got a
fantastic.
couple bottles coming that I'll send up to you and Chad, and you guys will have those.
Well, that is fantastic. Thank you so much, man.
Yeah, I'm very curious what you think about that, because we say we're not big on Texas bourbons, but as we said to you when we met, that one is absolutely, I think, fantastic. And I think if you at some point blind that to some of your Kentucky buddies, I think they might think it's a Kentucky bourbon. That's a big statement, I know. Yeah,
I'm more than happy to do that. I got my father-in-law real good a few months ago and blinded him with a Jack Daniel's single barrel proof.
Okay.
And he was convinced that it was Kentucky bourbon and was not very pleased that it was Jack Daniel's when
Tennessee
I revealed
whiskey.
the bottle to him. Yeah, exactly.
Well,
but it was funny.
You know who Wade Woodard is.
Yeah, of course. We talked about Wade when you guys were up here. Yeah.
So he did a blind, and he had 3 Texas whiskeys in this 20 pour blind that a lot of us did with him. And the one that was identified by everybody as a Kentucky bourbon was the Still Austin.
Wow.
Nobody picked it out as a Texas bourbon.
That's crazy.
Yeah. So I'm going to be very curious to see what you think about it. I'm excited to send that to you.
Yeah, I can't wait. I can't wait.
Because most of the Texas stuff is way over oaked because of the heat. Even and
Garrison Brothers isn't.
Oh God. Yeah. Garrison Brothers is
the darkest 2-year-old bourbon.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I was going to say, and that's the whole thing, is that not only is it not aged very long, and it still tastes like chewing on a piece of wood. So
sorry.
Perry Russell, hello. Hope that you're having a good night. I'm happy that you were able to get out for a little bit. This one also smells familiar.
You're on to number 3, which is listed as number 6.
Number 6 of 5. Right. I'm just going to keep messing this up as much as possible.
Absolutely.
My left nostril must be a little bit more open than my right one tonight for some reason. Because I'm getting more of the alcohol in the left side of my nose. It's got a lot of funk on it. It's like, this sounds strange, funky leather.
Okay.
Yeah. I can get
See
that
a little
one.
bit of that.
Yep.
Hello, Emily Chambers. Thank you so much for being here. She said, half of y'all haven't hit the like button. Why? I agree. Hit that like button. Jean says, only Texas I've tried so far is Balcones. Or is it Balcones?
Balcones.
Balcones.
Right. Like the single malt, not a fan of the rye, to be honest. They have a single malt that I really, really love, but I cannot remember what the name of it was. It might have been a limited release.
We did a single malt pick with them. I've got a bottle.
Oh, wow. Okay.
I'll send it up to you as well, and you can try it out.
I appreciate that. Scott says Treaty Oak is decent.
Okay.
Silence from the Texans.
No, it's decent. I would agree with that.
To be honest, I've heard that. I haven't had the Treaty Oak yet. So being, and I'm not going to tell you that I've had every, distillery that's here.
Sure.
But I will tell you the ones that I've been impressed with, obviously still Austin, but I will also tell you that I think Iron Root is doing some really cool things with the corn.
Yeah.
They're really doing some really fun things. And I like what they're doing. And it's still a bourbon, but to me, it's just so unique. It's hard for me to just, say it's just, that typical type of bourbon mash bill.
Yeah.
Right. They understood in the beginning that not to chase the Kentucky bourbon profile, that something needed to be a little different.
And have you had anything from them, Perry?
No, I have not yet.
What about Lone Elm, which is doing 100% wheat?
Maybe. I got sent a big box of samples of Texas whiskey.
Okay.
Sometime last year, and I'm still trying to get through it all. But I will. I need to go back through. Perry Russell, I'm just trying to figure out what Texas is. I think Texas is still trying to figure out what Texas is.
Just a little bitty small state in the union.
Right.
That's it.
Where everything is small.
Emily Chambers, am I on 11 C's already? It feels like it. It feels like it. Donnie brings up a good point, though. It is this magical place. It was a country before it was a state.
That's right.
So,
and who knows? It might go back to being a country. You never know.
There are plenty of those that want it that way.
Yeah, no kidding. California and Texas. I don't know if I'm going to be comfortable enough to bring back the 48-star flag. I just don't think it's going to look right. I like the uneven rows.
Yeah.
It goes back to being completely,
right, symmetrical.
Cheech with the Patreon plug. Thank you, Cheech. Join This Is My Bourbon Podcast for exclusive content and rewards. It's patreon.com/mybourbonpodcast. You can do that for as little as $1 a month, little as $5 a month. Gets you some bonus content, which includes the pregame chats and a bonus episode that's going to be coming out next week as well. We're ramping back up the bonus episodes for the Patreon.
So is there a distillery that you think you maybe have had already? I mean, is there something you can pick out? You go, I think this distillery is in one of the first three I've had.
So where I was, John says, just add Puerto Rico and Guam as states and problem solved. That's fair. I know I was saying Elijah Craig on that first one, so maybe Heaven Hill, but at the same time, I kind of feel like it might be a Chattanooga single barrel pick. I don't know. There's something about it that is kind of leaning me towards Chattanooga for some reason. I don't know. The second one, I've got no clue.
Really?
Yeah. It's something about it is just throwing me off. And I think it's that thing where I was like, the proof seems to be doing a lot of the heavy lifting, a lot of the hard work for the flavor profile, where it tastes a little bit younger than it. Well, maybe it is actually as young as it tastes. But I'm still, I don't know.
When you say
go back to it.
When you say young, are you thinking like 4 years, or what are you thinking?
Oh, I'm thinking
6
like
years?
2. I would feel like 2 or 3 years. Yeah,
really, that young? Okay.
Yeah. But again,
this is fun sitting on this side.
It's always fun for the guys that get to blind the sucker.
That's right.
I think that's why Matt Porter did Matt Madness, so that he could just have some catharsis and watch us all just wriggle around like worms.
He liked it so much he got all dressed up every week.
That is true. Yeah, that is true. All right, I'm going to check out sample 6 here. I feel like that's a turkey pick.
So Russell's is what you're thinking?
Yeah, I was initially kind of thinking maybe Kentucky Spirit.
Oh, You think it's a little lower proof?
Well, but after having had a drink of it, I definitely think that it's. I would lean towards a Russell's pick.
Okay.
I like it. I like this one a lot. What's up, Mr. Whiskey Shits? Good to see you. Also, Chris, all the way from Straya. Hey, Parabear, sorry I'm late. Was unpacking a delivery. Speaking of Russell's, 2 Russell's picks, 2 Four Roses picks, his own Town Branch 10-year pick, a Bullet pick, and Castle and Key Rye. That's a heck of a delivery to get down under. So
yeah, it is.
Yeah, I'd be happy with that pick here in Texas.
Yeah, well,
that package here in
delivery,
Texas.
yeah.
Cheech has also shared the merchant apparel shop link. Thank you for doing that, Cheech. There will be, I don't know why I did that. Oh, Emily says, I bet Florida leaves before Cali. Maybe. I'm not going to get into that.
Yeah, I'm not either. I'm biting my tongue.
But we do have a new shirt that's going to be coming out soon. Still working on it. I want to make sure it's completely right, completely ready for it to be up. But it is going to be our Big Pick Energy shirt. So for people who go on picks, single barrel picks, you can wear that shirt proudly.
Didn't you do a pick recently?
Did a wilderness trail, didn't you, Perry?
Oh, yeah. Sorry. Like I said, firing on all cylinders right now. So I've been a stay-at-home dad pretty much full time for the past week and a half. So all I'm really thinking about, or all that's really going through my brain, is the kids' music that we play for her, and it's just always like calming little music.
Yeah.
But yeah, not a whole lot of complex thoughts going on at the moment. But yeah, we did a wilderness trail pick. Was it 2 weeks ago tomorrow? 2 or 3 weeks ago? I can't remember anymore. I think it was 2 weeks ago tomorrow. Absolutely fantastic. And for everybody who's in the chat, if you want a first crack at that, Patreon is going to be getting that first before it is released to the public in the wild. And we are only getting half of that barrel as we are sharing it with the Nashville Bourbon Society. So
how do their
look out for that?
How do their picks come out? Or
Uh-oh. What's happening? Did I get lost or did they get lost? Hello. Is it me? Crap. They're frozen? Okay. I don't know. Okay, I'm still here. Oh, there we go.
We're back.
Yeah.
They're back. They're back now. I was
Were
like,
we gone?
So
yeah,
was
you were
us that was
gone.
gone.
Oh, we thought it was on your end.
No, it was you guys.
Oh,
Everybody's
fun
saying
times.
that I was still moving and talking. Terrific.
I put us
Anyway.
on mute just in case, because we started talking,
We're talking about insider trading while this is down, so we just don't want to go to prison.
That's right.
David, what was your question? You were
So how do those wilderness trail picks come out proof wise? How do they?
I don't think that I've seen any picks that have been at like a bottled and bond.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Everything has been cast strength,
Okay.
relatively so.
Okay.
When we were at Wilderness Trail, we stopped in at the gift shop and they had one. It was either the bourbon or the rye, the high rye bourbon or their rye. I honestly cannot remember. But it was 99 proof, which is the lowest I've ever seen from a single barrel from Wilderness Trail.
Yeah.
So
Wait, that was just a single barrel, wasn't a barrel proof.
well, that's the barrel. That is that particular single barrel's barrel proof. That's what it came
really?
out. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
What are their typical cast strengths? I haven't seen a lot of picks from them to know what I don't know what their barrel entry is.
Right.
I'm not sure what their barrel entry is either, but most of them that I've seen have been around like 114, 117.
Okay.
Oh, here we go. Eric gave us a more accurate
99 to 116.
So there you go.
All right.
And I think I've seen one or two that have been 117 or 118, but even still.
Yeah, we haven't seen any Wilderness Trail picks in the Houston
haven't
market.
Seen any down here.
We get their standard, the rye and I looked at the bottled and bond bourbon today.
But I am a Patreon, so I get to get a crack at yours. So I'm looking forward to that.
You do indeed. And thank you, Rob, for being a Patreon supporter.
I'm saying that so everybody else will jump on board and support you.
Please support. Please give us money.
Yep, got to sell that up. That half barrel. It's going to go quick.
It is. All right. I am sticking with saying the number 6, the third sample, was a Russell's pick.
All right.
And a good one at that.
So
now
if you
moving
had
on
the
to
how do the top 3 or the first 3 that you've tasted through, how do they, in your mind, where do they stack up so far?
I
would pick out your top 2.
Yeah, I would go at the moment 6-3-4.
Okay.
I feel like I've surprised you with something here. Like, yeah, I caught you off guard with the way that I was reacting to number 4. But
yeah, a little bit, and I'll tell you why later.
Yeah,
that's fair. That's totally fair. All right.
Yeah.
So now we are jumping all the way up to sample number 12.
Yeah. Well, people are thinking they missed,
that's right.
11 samples, and everybody else is just like, wow, he's doing great for himself right now.
Look at him. He's
Did
holding
the
up
stream stop for an hour?
I've actually been streaming since 5 o'clock. Joke's on everybody else.
That's right.
And he can hold his liquor.
Boy, howdy.
I'm really biting my tongue not to say anything.
I know this one too. I know I feel like I've not been unfamiliar with number 4 is Russell's 13. Scott Pigsley says. John just poured some rare breed, lovely stuff that is always available. Absolutely. John, where are you actually? You said that it was currently 2:20 about 20 minutes ago where you were. Where does that put you? Like, does that put you in France?
Is that 2:20 a.m.?
2:20 a.m.
Yikes.
Thank you so much for staying up late, too. Daggone it.
Yeah, that's got to be
You're up late. Chris and Lil are up early in Australia. We got this. The show's gone global. We're international. Oh, he's in the Netherlands.
Oh, wow.
Oh, cool.
Dang. Also, Cheech dropping the link for the Food, Wine, and Whiskey YouTube channel.
Oh, thank you, Cheech, for that. We appreciate that.
Maybe you guys will start going live eventually, too.
Hey, we are starting to do some YouTube things. So we've decided to go from just doing audio to the video as well. So that's coming up.
It's a lot.
Yeah.
And John says he's making the most of his insomnia.
Did you hear Dave, Perry?
I did hear that, Dave.
That's right. I don't edit. I don't do anything except just show up when he says.
Yeah. Rob, I feel your pain.
My pay reflects that, though.
Mine doesn't reflect what I do.
Sorry. I was spending time really enjoying this one.
That's what she said.
Sorry, I couldn't resist.
Do you really have a shock jock soundboard over to the right of this?
Yep.
You're telling me that you don't work in radio professionally. That's incredible. That was some good stuff. Oh, I am like 95% sure that this is a Knob Creek pick.
Number 12.
Number 12.
Okay. I'm going to write that down for you.
I've been drinking a lot of Knob Creek picks recently, and they have been quite similar to this.
I am so excited to get to this last one because I can't wait for the reveal.
So it sounds like we have a new leader that jumped into the top spot.
Well, is that what happened?
I think at the moment, I don't know if I'm ready to give it to 12 in the number 1 spot, but I think it's neck and neck between 6 and 12.
Okay.
So things are heating up, as they say.
So number 4, aka number 2, is out now.
Number 2, number 4 is out.
Okay.
Sample B. Rob, you're not doing a good job of hiding your
Evidently, they can read it.
Oh. Can they read it? How, are they zooming in on that?
Somebody must be.
Where are you seeing that? I wasn't able to see it at all. I'll be honest with you.
Okay, good. I was just sharing with Dave, and I put it there going, nobody's going to be able to read what
not from that angle.
Down and all that.
I couldn't see it.
Somebody's working hard, man. They really want to know.
I don't even know. I guess the comment's not showing up for me at the moment because I have no idea who has been able to see that.
That's impressive if they could. But just don't write it in the comments if you saw it. Let's let Perry have a little fun.
Papa Ritter says he's zooming. I don't know if that means he's got the what a dog has, like the zoomies.
Yeah.
Or if he's zooming in, but everybody say, hey, Papa Ritter.
Hey, Papa Ritter.
Hey.
Jean says enhance. Computer, enhance image. All right. And last but not least, sample 13, also known as sample number 5. Man, that is dark. Papa Ritter running around the house right now. Like a little kid who just had too much sugar. All right, maybe this is the Knob Creek pick. Scott says, y'all have better eyes than me.
Yeah, I agree with Scott.
Or better technology, one or the other.
Yeah, I've got the Mission Impossible computer, actually. It's set up in my garage. It takes up like half the space out
Screenshot, zoom, enhance, all that.
I'll tell you the biggest scam I think that I've ever fallen for, and one of the biggest scams that has ever come to fruition, is when people put a magnifying glass app for smartphones.
Yeah.
Because it's literally just you zooming in with your camera.
That's exactly what it is.
It's the dumbest thing in the world.
I'm sure glad I didn't buy those 2 or 3 that I was looking at.
Not gonna say
hey, I downloaded the free one back then, so this is a great nose. A little bit of orange peel. It's real smoky and oaky. Smoky and oaky.
Smoky and oaky.
It's a new buddy cop drama coming to NBC this fall. No, I'm smoky. He's oaky. How dare you assume?
So now the hard part, you've got 5 samples you've went through, and now you got to pick out your top 2.
Well, that one's lighter on the palate than I thought it was going to be based on the nose.
Okay.
Perry Russell just got Mission Impossible. Hey, man, I'm just happy that you're getting any kind of media at all down there.
I'm really holding back, pushing the button again.
Your fingers just twitching over it.
Yeah.
I'm Bert. He's Ernie. That's what happens to Bert and Ernie once they get kicked off of their apartment on Sesame Street. They turn to being police officers. But the entire time, Ernie's still messing with Bert.
Oh, absolutely.
Oh, you know what'd be great? You know what'd be great is if they turned to a life of crime, and Ernie's calling card was a rubber ducky every crime scene that he left.
He left a little rubber ducky.
Yeah,
that would be good.
All right, now I gotta see that actually come alive. We talk about Muppets and Sesame Street on my streams way more than I ever thought we would. I don't know why it keeps coming up. I mean, we've got freaking Snuffleupagus as our mascot for super chats, but still.
and your daughter's not even to that age yet.
I know, right?
Yeah, you're just preparing for that.
What does that say about me, Rob?
Yeah.
Yeah, so the last sample is a little bit lighter, but is still phenomenal. I mean, it's still got a lot of depth to it.
And when you say lighter, you're talking proof?
Proof or just
No,
mouthfeel, palate?
No, I'm talking palate.
Yeah.
Okay, just a little thinner on the palate.
Yeah.
Okay.
And Ernie would have one on the other side. Guard, you're the one. Oh, man. All right. Sample 5 is really good.
Okay.
But I think right now, my two favorites are 6 and 12.
6 and 12.
And I don't know what I've done to myself.
Okay. So we're going to reveal
moment.
The other 3 that you didn't pick. We'll give you an opportunity here in a second to retaste 6 and 12 to pick what you think is your favorite.
Okay. Well, let me go ahead and pour 6 and 12 while you are doing said reveal.
So number 3, aka number 1, the first pour you had, was one that we really enjoyed, and I thought it was fantastic.
Yep.
It's a pick from Hocus Pocus, which is not in the Houston area, but it's really close by. It's in Lake Charles, Louisiana, right across the state line over here. And we go over there frequently. But it is a 12-year Widow Jane pick.
Widow Jane, holy moly.
Yeah. So it is a fantastic pour that we really enjoy. And I was just wondering what your thoughts might be on that one.
I like it quite a bit. I don't think that it drinks nearly as old as it actually is, though.
You nailed the proof.
You nailed the proof.
You
It's 99.
Yeah, it's 99. You said 100 right at 100, so you nailed that.
If I got nothing else, I can at least nail proofs. So that's what carried me through Matt Madness, I feel like.
So the second one that you did not choose as a top 2, pour number 2 for you, number 4 as far as the sampling order, as far as the bottles. Right here, Dave. Was one that is very coveted in this market and is sought after like crazy. People trying to get bottles of this.
It's a Four Roses pick?
It's an OESO.
Holy moly.
I don't know if you can see that, but it's an OESO that was picked here 2 years ago.
2 years ago. Yep.
Yeah. And yeah. So I know you're a fan of Four Roses. I thought you might kind of pick that one out. And just so you know, Carter was on the pick team that picked this one. So if he were here, he would give you that humble brag.
Sorry, Carter. I do love Four Roses. I will say, though, I think this is the most off-profile Four Roses pick I have ever had.
Yeah.
And what's the age on that one, Rob?
8 years, 9 months.
So
okay.
Little older than 2.
And the proof's probably what, in like the 115 range?
No, it's 127.2.
Wow.
And you said
Okay.
that the proof
You
was
thought it was really hot.
that the proof was carrying the flavor. So
It absolutely is. But I didn't think, wow, it doesn't drink like it's 127.
Yeah.
I just took another little swig of it just to try it again. And it's got a really nice toasted marshmallow and graham cracker finish on it. Man, that's good.
on number 4,
But it
right?
just, yeah. But it
Okay.
just, I don't know. It just didn't quite hit me the right way tonight.
Yeah.
Yep.
And, you drink it tomorrow and you might think differently. That's the way it
Exactly.
goes sometimes. Yeah.
Exactly.
All right. Number 13
All right.
that you didn't pick. Number 5 in the samples was a Old Forester single barrel strength.
Yep.
And it's proofed at 128.
Yep. Part of my brain when I was nosing that was going, oh, this is Brown Foreman, this is Old Forester. And yeah, that makes total sense. Old Forester is not quite in my flavor wheel, I guess.
Okay.
Flavor profile that I prefer, but still I do like these single barrel picks, these barrel strength single barrel picks more than Old Forester in general. So
we were talking to the podcast and they said they don't get a lot of these over there in Tennessee where they're at. Are you seeing these a lot in Kentucky?
No, we rarely see them. The one that I have seen, and I've actually got a video coming out on it probably within the next week or so if I have time to sit down and get it edited. Tony says it's the Four Roses effect. That's totally fair. But I did a review of one that I was able to pick up for from a local bourbon group. And I mean, honestly, that's been the only one that I've been able to see. The only one that I've seen, and the only one I've been able to buy. In all honesty, and I don't know if some of these bigger stores are holding back on them so they can do a lottery release or what. But yeah, I mean, if I wasn't in that group, I wouldn't have been able to, pick up a bottle. Also, I forgot to mention this. Celeste says Rob is the best.
Oh, wow. Thank you, Celeste. I know her. You would think so, huh?
It would be weird if you didn't.
Yeah, she's a plant.
That was the best $20 I spent.
Just make one comment during the show.
Don't give it to the guy through the thing that he's trying to make money off of. Give it to just make one comment about me.
That's right.
I do have something I picked up today that I want to send you a sample of and see what you think about it.
Please.
It's a Stag Junior store pick, and it's the highest. It's the highest.
Rob.
Yeah.
Rob.
It's the highest proof that I've seen on one of these, which and there may be a higher one. I don't know all the batches way back when, but it's 135.1.
Ooh.
Yeah. So I'll send you a sample of that when I send out your little gift package.
I appreciate that so much.
Those just dropped in the Houston area today, and somebody was lucky enough to get one.
Eric said send 2 samples.
There you go.
Hey, you gotta support the co-host as well.
That absolutely, Eric. All right, we got you covered.
Joe Green, look what the cat dragged in. Joe, it's good to see you in here, buddy. Hope you have been well. John says Stag Junior FOMO is strong with me. That was one of the bottles that I told you, Rob, before we wrapped up dinner, when you were here, that the more of it, the better, as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah.
And it's so hard to find anymore in Kentucky. And I mean, really anywhere. But I just love Stag Junior, man. I love it.
So I love them all too, and I don't think there's a bad one. And Carter will tell you, batch 11's his favorite, and I only say that because when we've blinded multiple times, he picks that one every time, and I pick batch 14. So we've done 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15, in multiple blinds, and I always pick 14 and he always picks 11. Do you have a favorite?
I don't have a favorite. I haven't had the earlier batches. But I mean, I've not had a bad one either.
Yeah.
It's
No.
just,
But, I always thought, when we started doing the blinds, we started with 10, 11, and 12. And I thought, well, we're going to pick 12.
Yeah,
right?
12 was supposed to
has,
be the
Yeah,
Stag
exactly.
senior killer.
Yeah.
So
And then you don't. And then you do 12, 13, 14, and you don't pick 12 again. And I'm going, okay, well,
Yeah.
I still think it's great,
Yeah.
but,
which means, they're putting out some good stuff
absolutely.
as Stag Junior. So
Eric also says, thanks, Rob. I'll send you some of Perry's good stuff.
Oh, nice. Does he have a key to the place?
He did.
He did.
locks are being changed right now.
It was called being a co-host on the podcast.
Are you Googling locksmiths right now?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Grot the lock dock. That's a local reference for anybody who even remotely knows what I'm talking about. That I'm just gonna move on. So I poured the rest of what did I do? 6 and 12. Yeah,
6 and 12.
Yep.
I still stand by what I said. I still feel like 6 is a Russell's pick and 12 is a Knob Creek pick.
Okay. Do you have
got a favorite?
Yeah. Pick a winner for your palate. No wrong answer.
Oh,
You really can't go wrong with any of these, but
man, I got to give it to 12.
Okay, so 12 is your favorite.
12 is my favorite. 6 came in a very close second, though, I would say.
6 is one of my favorites. It's also another Carter pick.
Yep.
From the same store that Ryan's Liquor that we were up there picking for.
Oh, it's another Four Roses? Holy moly.
Yep.
This is OBSO.
Oh my gosh, that's my favorite recipe.
Yeah, 8 years, 9 months on this one.
Oh my gosh.
This is 115.6, so I really like the proof on this one.
Yeah.
It's kind of in that sweet spot for me to really enjoy it.
Man.
Are you rethinking that you should have picked that as number one? Or are you kind of going
No, I'm very confident with 12 being my favorite, but OBSO is hands down my favorite Four Roses.
And interesting what your warm-up pour was.
Uh-oh.
Do you want to know what number one is?
I'm guessing it's Taylor something.
So 2020 EH Taylor barrel proof.
Oh my gosh.
So 130.3 on that one.
Holy moly.
So
all right. Well, I
enjoyed
was
those
definitely
pours
off on the products, but jeez.
Yeah. But hard to go wrong with any of those.
No. Well, I'm sorry that a batched product beat out a bunch of single barrels.
Hey,
somebody's
it's a
doing
fine
something
line,
right at
You
the
know?
distillery.
Yeah,
I feel a little
agree.
bad now.
Not at all. So,
Hey, that was a great flight. Dad, I would have saved some for you to try if I had known that that's what it was, but I poured the rest of the sample. I'm really sorry.
yeah. Hopefully you
Man,
enjoyed
it's
those.
fantastic though. I did absolutely. Thank you so much for providing that. And I want to let everybody know as well that if you would like to do something like this, please let me know so we can get something set up so that samples can be sent, and we can make this happen. But this was fantastic. Rob, Dave, thank you all so much for being here for this stream. Everybody go listen to the Food, Wine, and Whiskey podcast for sure. Go and check them out. I was on an episode, like I said. It was a great time. It was a great conversation. I was able to kind of talk about myself a little bit more as opposed to just talking about bourbon, which was fun and nice. But You know,
Yeah, it's always
Yep.
fun to pull the curtain back a little bit and see who the guy is behind the mic.
absolutely. So where
Yeah.
can people find you all on social media?
So you can find us at, we obviously have a group on Facebook, Food, Wine, and Whiskey in Your Own Backyard. We also have Instagram, on Twitter as well. And we will be coming to YouTube soon. The channel is up, but content will be being loaded here in the next couple of weeks.
Awesome. Well, guys, thank you all so much for being here. Thank you so much to everybody who has been watching tonight as well. If you are not already planning to do so, please go over and check out Clifton's stream tonight at 10 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Pacific. He is going to be over at the Broken Barrel Infusery out in California, which, of course, is where he is. And he is going to be talking with Seth, who was on the podcast a few weeks ago now. At this point, had a great time with him. And you guys get to check out more about that company, distillery, whatever you want to call it. But really, really fun time. And so 10 o'clock, Bourbon Bites, Clifton stream. Go enjoy that. Next week, I think it's time that we finally do a 1,000 sub celebration stream. So we're going to do that next week. Appreciate everybody who has already subscribed, and everybody who is subscribing after watching this. Appreciate you guys so much. We will see you next week. Once again, Rob and Dave, thank you all so much. Go check out their podcast. Go follow us on social media as well at My Bourbon Pod. Go become a patron of the show, patreon.com/My Bourbon Podcast for as little as $1 a month. And hit all the buttons and subscribe and notifications and like and what the heck. I don't even know anymore. All right, that does it for this week's TIMBP Live. We'll see you guys next week. But until then, I'm Perry, and this is TIMBP Live.
Thanks for the invite, Perry. Enjoyed it.
Appreciate it, guys.